Hello and welcome to Unwanted Answers. Can you believe it? We're back.
Oh, man.
And it's time for
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we survived Friday the 13th somehow, and it's time for a non-special episode. Nothing special about this episode. It is just a drab, regular, boring, Unwanted Answers episode.
Yes.
Maybe
even more unwanted than usual. But then that would make it special, so it's not even that special.
Yeah, it's the most medium episode of Unwanted Answers.
Yes.
It's not exceptionally bad. It's not. You know how a lot of hosts, like a Conan O'Brien or something, I got a great show for you here tonight.
Yes.
We say we have a medium okay show for you here tonight.
Let's be honest. We put all our effort into that Friday the 13th one. We're just going to coast by this one.
Yeah, which is exactly what we're going to do, which is why we're going to start out with our segment that we do just to fill time that never really is that well planned. What's been going on recently?
Yes.
I don't know if you have anything. I think you don't.
I do have one thing I could bring up.
Okay, well, I guess egg on my face yet again.
Okay.
I assumed nothing was going on. I assumed, why would anything be going on?
Exactly, because it's so rare for something to go on.
Mm-hmm.
I almost was going to throw an oldie in here. You know what? Maybe I will do an oldie. Maybe I have brought... I don't know if I brought it up before or not.
Hey, look, if you have, it's been years and no one remembers anymore.
Okay, well, I'll bring up this thing and then I'll quickly get through this one. So recently, when was Memorial Day? Is that the end of May?
Yeah, it was sometime at the end of May.
Yeah, so went to go see the new Lilo and Stitch movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not expecting this is going to be a great movie, just because it's something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, just as always, it's been like a week I haven't thought about since.
Yeah.
Except for one thing. So, by the way, I know this is in comment section. I did not have Lilo and Stitch live action would have one of the most controversial endings of 2025.
Really? I don't know anything about the end. Actually, I never really want to see it, so I might just look it up sometime, but...
I can tell you.
I mean, well, if we did that, we'd have to do a spoiler alert for the end, but I guess we can do that. I guess
we could. Spoiler alert, guys.
Skip 2 minutes ahead if you don't want to hear the spoiler for the end of Lilo and Stitch live-action version.
Yeah, so, by the way, I will say, for 2 weeks straight, when I open social media, people complaining about this.
Okay.
So in the end throughout the live action Lilo and Stitch, Nani, we learn had a dream to become a marine biologist.
Okay.
And she is getting mail from colleges in Florida California.
Yeah.
Hey, you'd be great for this school or whatever. So at the end of Lilo and Stitch, Nani decides, hey, I'm going to surrender Lilo to the state. And I'm going to go to college. And it turns out the neighbor, who is, David from the original one.
Yeah.
Nani's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Basically, his grandma, who lives next door, is going to adopt Lilo.
Interesting.
So that she can go to marine biology school in California. Which, by the way, one of my favorite... what I love? Some people have really stupid criticisms.
Yeah.
One of my favorite criticisms I've seen pop up a lot online are just why is she going to California for marine biology school when there's much better ones in Hawaii?
Interesting. So that they could make it dramatic when she leaves, I guess.
Yes. By the way, she has a portal gun, so she can visit Lilo whenever she wants. So it's not that big.
Yeah,
it wasn't that big a deal.
That's
but
true.
Dude, for 2 weeks, people were just well, I guess Ohana means nothing now, does it? Does it? And people were so upset. But anyway, so I went to go see it. It's okay, whatever. But boy, was the experience of watching it. Did it get rough a bit? Because when I went there, I had no idea it was a sold-out show.
Oh, interesting.
This is going to be like one of the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
So I sit down, I'm waiting for the movie to start, and I'm hoping, please, I don't want anyone next to me. Then comes this family and this stupid little kid. And the kid sits next to me. And first of all, I'm just like, I hope he doesn't make the mistake of taking my drink.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's something you always worry
rough.
about whenever you sit next to like a stranger. But especially for a kid who will probably forget which one. But he had the special Stitch cup. He better remember.
Yeah.
He has the more fun-looking cup. So we're watching it, and for half of the movie, well, really 2/3 of the movie, it's fine or whatever. Kids are laughing at some stupid parts, but, you know, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what does get irritating? The scene where, I mean, it's in the cartoon too, where Jumba and Pleakley are trying to grab Stitch while Lilo, Nani, and Stitch are surfing, and you know, there's the whole thing about like Stitch sinks to the bottom of the ocean, they grab him, and they're trying to save his life.
Yeah.
So there was this other kid. It was clearly the kid's brother was laughing during it. Which, first of all, if you're laughing during this, maybe you have a little bit of a sociopath in the family.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And dude, for like 5 minutes straight, this kid next to me would not shut up of, "It's not funny, Steven! It's not funny!" I'm just like, oh
wow.
my God.
Yeah.
And then like Lilo was crying, and
Yeah.
Nani is doing CPR on him. Seems like she doesn't even need marine biology school. She saved an alien, so she's fine. Saving him. The kid is laughing. "It's not funny, Steven!"
Oh,
Part
wow.
of me wanted to say, "It's not funny, Steven! Shut up!"
Yeah.
But and this kept going throughout the last third of the movie. Lilo was taken
Yeah.
by Jumba because they don't have Gantu. Because man, well, there's some choices to save some money in this movie.
Yeah.
There were some choices. Lilo's kidnapped. "It's not funny, Steven!"
Wow.
And I am just like it would be one thing if it was an adult being this annoying. But I mean, if you say something to a kid, you suddenly you will ruin their whole day.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, and it's not like this was going to be a great movie anyway. Like, it's a disposable movie is what it is. But for 40 minutes of "It's not funny, Steven!"
Yeah.
And then it was over and they left. By the way, the family left all their trash there too.
Yeah, of course.
So, and when they left, I was just like, I hate kids at movie theaters.
Yeah.
I just...
Funny thing to say about, ostensibly a kid's movie, but, also correct to say. I mean, you're correct. It's just funny to say.
And you know what? He was the only one. He was the only one. Only kid in that theater being annoying.
Yeah. Every other kid was able to figure out the appropriate time to laugh.
Honestly, I think I said this before, when I saw Spider-Man No Way Home for the first time, I was so disappointed because the theater was sold out and, some kid sat next to me.
Yeah.
So inside I was like, ugh, I'm going to have to hide my disgust for this movie. But it worked out fine. You know what the sad thing was? I think I brought this up before. They showed the trailers for the Batman and the kid, because the kid didn't know what movie they were going to see.
Yeah, yeah.
And he thought, are we going to see Batman? And I was just like, oh, kid.
Yeah.
That is 3 months away.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
This
stupid kid doesn't even
annoying.
understand the release schedules.
Yeah. Hey, kid, Why don't you learn how to read a calendar, okay?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know who I hated more. I don't know if I hated the kid who would say it's not funny, or if I hated Steven.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, Steven needs to maybe see a psychiatrist.
Yeah, definitely. That's
If
definitely.
you're laughing at this horrible stuff,
Yeah, definitely.
yikes. And you know what? Who do I blame? I blame the parents. I do.
Mm-hmm.
These parents who also left all the trash behind, so.
Yeah, there's clearly a thread there of, maybe neglectful of their trash, neglectful of teaching their kid not to be a sociopath, all the above.
Yes. Yeah, so that was my trip to Lilo and Stitch. By the way, maybe I'll throw this one thing in there that came to me I don't remember if I ever told you about. So sometimes sometimes you'll think about a time in your life and you'll be like, huh, man, that was interesting.
Yeah.
So I remember the first class I ever took at my second college was one of those stupid required ones where it's like it has nothing to do with your major. It's just like
like a gen ed.
Yeah. Which I've always felt if I went to high school, I shouldn't have to do that crap. But whatever.
Yeah.
So there was this one student, okay? She must have been like in her 40s or 50s. And the teacher would always try to like say something that was supposed to shock the class, right? Like, in the 1980s, America did this, right? And clearly the intent was to shock the class, right?
Yeah.
And this was every class, okay? Every class. Where he would say, and they did this, okay? And it was like clockwork.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. And then this lady would say, oh my God. So you're saying and repeat exactly what he said. And he would nod along and say, yes, exactly.
Wow. It's like he has a plan.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you got into a group project with her, she knew what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing.
She was paying attention.
Yes.
She was paying attention, that's for sure.
This teacher thought that, like, he was in control, but really, it was her. And she was... And you know what? I gotta say, like, that was impressive.
Yeah.
It didn't take that much effort to just repeat exactly the same thing that he said, but just add that little bit of shock.
Yeah, that reminds me, and I don't know if I've told this before, but I often think of this as, like, I don't know why this always, and, like, I always stored this away in my brain as one of, to me, the most, like, oh my God, I want to die. I am feeling so much secondhand embarrassment that I can't handle it. That I just sit there and think, you know how a lot of people are like they do something embarrassing and then they're like, no one's even going to remember. I remember. I think about it all the time. And in the way that, like, sometimes you think about something embarrassing that you did, like in the middle of the night or something. This is me with someone else. We should clip this out as a PSA. Like, think like it just for this particular. I will remember. And it might seem small. It might be a more you had to be there thing, but to me, this was really, really awful to be in the room. It's in a college class. It was like a pretty introductory computer course, which was also like a prerequisite thing, and it was truly like the most like computers 101, where I was just like, I learned this when I was like 6 years old. And I don't know, like, I believe it was like when I was just starting to think about switching to graphic design, and so then it was like a very like computers 101 class at community college. And one of the first lessons was the fun fact, which if you don't know this fun fact, I guess I learned it in this class, which is that one of the reason, like, the reason the term computer bug was coined was because the computers used to be so big that a lot of times bugs would actually crawl into them and it would actually cause problems in the computer, because literal bugs would crawl into the computer. And
No.
so computer bug kind of became a term for a problem with the computer that you have to troubleshoot. Now it's more metaphorical, but it was at one point
Yes.
literal. And literally the next class, the professor was on a different subject and said something about like something like, and this is a common computer bug. And then someone raised their hand and said, "Hey, professor, did you know that the reason why they called it a computer bug is because back in the day, the computers were so huge that they would actually get a bug would get stuck in it." And they explained exactly what the professor said the previous class for a full 2 minutes. And then the professor just went, "Yeah, no, that's interesting. I did know that."
Yikes.
And part of what made it so horrible is sitting there going, "You learned that from him. I was there."
Maybe he just thought, like, I had this, like, thought just pop into my mind. That must be true. I must share it with everyone.
Yeah, it was like they somehow didn't connect the dots. That the reason why they learned that they were just like, "I just read this on the internet." It's like, no, you learned it on Wednesday and it's Friday now. You just learned that from him. So that was brutal.
Were you looking around to see how everyone else, what like their
I was
facial
hoping
reactions
someone would
were?
say something, but we were all probably thinking the same thing. I was kind of looking around like, you're just saying, like, is anyone going to say anything? But yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's something that keeps me amongst like 99 other things that I have done that I'm embarrassed of. The 100th thing that I'll remember at night, keeping me from sleeping, is that.
Do you ever worry that one day, when you're like a super old man, that like, as the brain starts to deteriorate, you could misremember like that was you?
Oh no, that would be brutal. I really hope that does not happen.
Well, at least someone can maybe find this episode and play it for you and be like, "It was not me."
One more what's been going on lately. This time because that story about the class encounter thing was just something I remembered.
Yes. So I will ask you, just so that you can feel like you've been asked. What's been going on lately?
Yeah. So, I don't know if this will be funny, but it's just kind of like I started trying to think about, like, why do I never have anything going on lately anymore? I used to bring up stories about work, and I think since I work from home, less exciting stuff happens.
Like the dude who asked for a ride, or the dude who stole your pen.
Lots of exciting stuff, but now, less like that going on. Oh, wait a second. I was going to tell another story, but this other story you just reminded me of is way better. I can't believe I didn't think of this. I'm going to pretend like I was always going to tell that story.
I support that.
So, because I do work from home, I do get cabin fever a lot, and I've been trying to do more stuff lately. I'll, like, go to coffee shops and just hang out, loiter places, and just try and
It's your way of being a rebel.
Feel a part of a community.
I ain't gonna pay for coffee. I'm a rebel.
Yep. I actually pay exorbitantly.
Oh.
For coffee because I'm a loyal. People recognize me. But anyway,
do you have a usual? Could you walk in and say, "I'll take my usual," and they'll know what you're talking about?
Probably not, because I typically order a different, like, seasonal menu thing every time.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Like to try different stuff. But, anyway, one time, I was on the way walking home from one of these just being out and about. On the way walking home, starting to get hungry because it was about dinner time. And on a fairly busy street corner near downtown, some guy stopped me, and I had both headphones in, and he was talking to me, and I was just kind of like waving and passing by. I was basically
like earbuds or like
earbuds. And I was basically trying to do the thing where like I'm gonna power through, and I'm not. But he started following me, and I think he even did like a, "Hey, can you take out your earbud?" And I took it out, and if you thought this was gonna be a story about like a unhoused person begging for money or something, it's not that. It's weird.
Oh.
Because at no point in the conversation that I was then going to have did he ever mention, at any point did he ever say, do you have anything, like any money or anything? Like, he never mentioned that.
So far, this is the type of thing I would dread. This is like, I don't want this to happen.
Which is why I was going to try powering through and just keep walking.
Yes.
But I don't know what it was that made me lock into the conversation suddenly. But he started talking about, like, my girlfriend just kicked me out, and all my stuff is in there. And he was like pointing to the house I was right in front of, basically.
Oh no.
And he was like, all my stuff's in there, man. He started just basically lamenting for minutes on end about, like, my life's falling apart. I just got kicked out of my girlfriend's house, and she hates me. She's screaming stuff at me. She threw a couple things out the door, but, like, I still have, my backpack with all my stuff in it is in there. And he was like, I need you to come follow me up to the door so she knows I'm just trying to get my stuff. And I was like, that sounds like an incredibly unsafe thing for me to do, and I'm not going to do that. I literally said, like, verbatim that
those
to
exact
him.
Words.
I was like, I was genuinely saying, like, don't you see how that sounds incredibly unsafe for me to do? To walk up and be in part of this confrontation?
You were honest, too. I would have lied.
No, I was being... I don't know what came over me, but I was... everything I was saying was so forwardly honest in a way that I've just never... Like, I was... It was somehow my way of coping with it was being bizarrely honest. And he was like... he just kept saying, no, I'm just gonna walk. I just need someone to vouch for me that I'm just going in to get my backpack, and that's it. And I'll call her right now. And he started calling. He said, look, I'm calling her right now. And then I did hear someone answer, and then I started saying out loud, hopefully in a way that the person could hear me. I started going like, I just don't think it's a good idea to keep trying to insert yourself into this person's life. I feel like it's not really about the backpack. I feel like you should just move on. Like, it sounds like this is a toxic situation, and that you should just let the backpack. I know your stuff is important.
You pulled your inner Oprah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's about the backpack. I think that by having left something there, it's giving you an excuse to not leave. It's like, well, I can't just leave because my stuff isn't there. And I think you care more about, like, forcing your way, like holding something over someone, being like, the reason why I'm still bothering you is because you have my backpack, and if you just give me my backpack, I'll leave. And it's like, no, you need to just leave. It really sounds like you need to just leave. And then he did start saying, and this is unfortunate, that, well, he doesn't have anywhere to go now. And what would you do? Because now he doesn't have a home. And I was like, saying like, I was just like, I'm just a guy walking home. I don't have those kind of resources. But I used to work at the library and I saw resources for that kind of thing posted on the bulletin boards. Like, maybe you could head there? Like, I don't know. At that point, I was just, like, being this guy's therapist, I guess. And being like, it sounds like you really need to stay away from this person. And sounds like you need help. But it was very bizarre standing there next to a busy street, having this overly honest conversation with this person for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Wow.
Yeah, it was a while. But how adamant he was at, like, by the way, I didn't mention this. The guy had like camo cargo pants and like a sort of like a work jacket, but no shirt on. So he had a jacket with no shirt on and big pants. And just thought that was an important detail to kind of imagine.
It does paint who this type of dude is.
He was also getting really close to me. Another thing about him, again.
Do you have a guess of what age range he would be in? Like, he sounds like maybe 40s, maybe?
I think he was probably about... I honestly think he would... I would have said 40s, but I think he was probably like 30 and looked 40. Is my guess. But another thing, and again, I don't mean to mock this part. It's not really funny, except that I find it kind of amusing and absurd that he was completely like money was not brought up at all, and that he was trying to get me to be a middleman in his argument with his girlfriend. I see this guy. He looks like he could be a lawyer. Yeah, so that is the amusing part of the story to me. But yeah, the detail of like him having a cargo pants and a jacket but no shirt, and then also this other detail. It is in one sense sad, but also cartoonish in a way. He was speaking like someone who is like someone would be drunk in a cartoon, like a Barney from The Simpsons.
Barney Gumble.
Yeah, like he literally like he was. It was literally like I've never seen someone be drunk in such a cartoonish way before.
Wow.
He was like literally like hiccuping and burping and.
Oh wow!
It was. I have not seen that before.
You were just like, hey man, I can't help you, but I do have a lifesaver. It can change your whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, the stench of your breath will be gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I never saw that guy again. But I hope his life is on a better track, because it sounded like it was in a wreck at the current moment.
So, do you have to pass that house whenever you go to that coffee shop now?
I pass by it frequently, and I for a while I was worrying that I would run into him again, but I haven't seen him since. And by the way, this was truly like, it was like 5 p.m. rush hour. It was busy. People walking by, cars going by, and then me.
You were just like, he could have picked anyone.
Yeah,
and he chose me.
I was the one dumb enough to stop and take out my earbuds and go like, it sounds like you need to have a serious look hard at yourself, and you should not be continuing to interact with this person. It sounds like a toxic situation. Like what's wrong with me? I don't know. But yeah.
One day you'll walk past that house and you'll look over and you'll see him and that girl. His arm around her, he'll look at you, you look at him, and he'll give you a...
Yeah, it'll be like...
You did it, bud.
Yeah. You did this. I remember you gave me the advice to go... You said, don't give up on love. You said
I's happier more than I've ever been before. And just like the girl is just like, I hate you so much.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the other story I was going to tell is dumb, so that's better. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one day he'll run into him again.
Yeah, maybe.
Should have taken a selfie together.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Maybe next Valentine's Day you can bump into him.
Yep. That'd be beautiful.
All right, guys. So let's go on to what happened on this day.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. So this was one. I found this one. And, normally I try to go random with these ones. But for this one, I was just like, no, I must do this one. My heart. I got to listen to my heart sometimes.
Yeah.
And it says, do this one.
Mm-hmm.
So on this day in 1920, the U.S. Post Office banned customers from mailing children and animals. The choice came after several cases, including parents mailing their child to their grandparents, a woman in the middle of a divorce mailing her child to the father, and somebody mailing a skunk.
It is truly wild to me that they figured that out in 1920.
There was a post clerk who was just like, hey, I think it might not be a good idea to mail kids in the mail. They might accidentally kill them.
Yeah.
By golly, George, I think you may be onto something.
Yeah. How much postage would that possibly take?
I would hope less than a bus. Or a train ticket.
Because otherwise, why would you do it? For sure.
I mean, do you just literally stick the kid, bring them to, the post office, stick a stamp on their forehead, and write down the address on their hand, and say, good luck, Timmy. Enjoy the summer with me, Ma, and Papa.
Yeah.
Picking berries.
Yeah.
I mean, they need you at the family farm more than we need you reading your precious books.
Yeah, and it's good to build character in those days you're going to spend in a crate.
Yes. You're just like, Ma, I'm scared of going in the crate. Well, son, you know what? Once you get out of the crate, you're really going to appreciate sunshine. That's right.
Yeah. It'll make you appreciate, you got to suffer in order to feel joy.
Now, you have fun this summer, and I'll see you later. She closes the lid, and then you pound, 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 pound as they pound the nails into the crate. And, his only friend is, a ball of hay he put together. Or what is it? Hay they would put in crates? You know what I'm talking about? They
put straw
to
or
protect
something.
it. Yeah, that sounds right. Straw. It was before bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, look, if you did that today, but bubble wrap, the kid will be just fine. The kid will entertain himself for hours with that bubble wrap.
That's true. I've always found bubble wrap more frustrating than satisfying, personally.
Oh, really?
I know it's a thing. People are like, oh. But I don't really, it's loud. I don't like it.
On my phone, because I got a new iPhone, they have a little thing where to turn off, to mute it, they don't have the little thing on the side anymore.
Yeah.
When you pull down the home screen, there's a little button with the bell.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I hit it, it'll make a little, and the phone will vibrate. I'm like, man, it's like popping bubble wrap.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, now that's...
I mean, not I don't like the big bubble wrap. The little
the big ones that are
ones.
Yeah, I get that. The big ones are the ones that pop really loud and are scary.
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah. It's true. It feels like that's normally what I get, though. Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, Bob.
Your mom would be like, "Hey, got some bubble wrap." You'd run in so excited, and like, "Oh, it's the big ones."
Yeah, I'm very picky about my bubble wrap. It's true.
It's like, Mom, You made it sound like we were getting like Wendy's when really you just gave us like the microwave White Castle burgers.
Yeah. I think in general I am too neurotic and weird to be satisfied by anything, though. Like, there's so many things where, like, ooh, this is so satisfying. And I will find a way for it to not be satisfying. Like, I don't know, ASMR stuff is grating on my ears. I hate mouth sounds so much.
Oh yeah, those are awful.
I mean, to me, this is depraved. So we're entering territory where, like, I don't know if you're one of these people, but there are people who like who love pimple popping stuff.
What?
You know, people will go on the internet and look up videos of people popping pimples.
No.
And I'm saying that this is, I'm not saying that this is like a fringe, like, fetish thing or something. I'm saying that I have met many people in real life who just openly like this and are like, oh, I love popping pimples. They like to pop other people's pimples.
This is like supposed to be a relaxing type video, like the kind of video that'll help you fall asleep at night or whatever.
People think it's satisfying to watch them get popped because it's like the release of... I personally find that to be so vile.
Oh.
The absolute opposite of relaxing. That would be a, like, American torture method if I was a terrorist to make me watch a video like that.
You'd be tied to a chair and
Yeah.
they would load up YouTube and you'd be like, oh, this doesn't seem so bad. And then they put on pimple popping videos.
Yeah. That is truly the most violent. I will watch videos of open heart surgeries.
Oh.
But I cannot watch a pimple. But by the way, not because it's satisfying. I have
You just want to know, how can I do this? If it's at 6 a.m.,
Yeah.
I have a heart attack, my
Yeah.
phone is dead, how can I save my life?
Yeah. I have a morbid curiosity in certain things, but I have no morbid curiosity towards pimple popping. I find it to be just disgusting.
I gotta be honest, I hate all medical stuff,
Yeah.
all, like, you know, like, hearts, like, you know what? I mean, I know this isn't comment section, but, like, one genre of stuff I can't do. I don't care if it's House, I don't care if it's Scrubs, I don't care if it's ER. I can't do medical stuff. It makes me too uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I have that exact... Like, I have such severe discomfort around medical stuff. But that's... there's also a part of me that's like... That's why... It's almost like I sometimes will research it because I'm uncomfortable with it.
You want to desensitize yourself?
But it never works, is the thing.
At the end, you feel worse than ever. Like,
yeah, that is
those
exactly
doctors,
true.
they really got to know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's almost like maybe similar to the impulse of, like, looking into true crime and stuff, where I feel this morbid fascination with wanting to learn more about the world and, like, the darkest parts of the world. And then I realize after maybe being, like, on a true crime binge for a week that it has just objectively made my life worse in every way. I feel depressed. I feel paranoid and like nothing is safe. And that I would be better if I would just never have, like... Yeah, so it's a similar sort of morbid curiosity.
Oh, yes. I don't know how we got
It wasn't on this day, but I guess we can move on to the next segment now.
Yes. I don't know how we got it, but it's just, you know what? 1990, stop mailing people, but...
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, technically, isn't a train ride or an airplane ride basically mailing someone?
Yeah, this is, I don't like to think about this too much, but I did hear from someone who works at the post office that like, I think it must still be legal, because I've heard that this is a thing, but people do ship, like, amongst, like, farmers or in agriculture, baby chickens, like chicks. There are literally like boxes of that's depressing. So it must not be completely illegal.
You know what? You know what's also depressing? I think last year I mentioned how like last summer I went to Chicago. Went to like the most boring museum. It's beloved, so I won't say it by name, but it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
They have like this spot where you can watch like baby chicks hatch out of their eggs.
Yeah.
You look at it, all you just see are like old eggshells. There's no baby chickens in there. It's just old, rotten eggshells. Well, I guess they can't rot, can they? But they're just old ones that you know are like falling apart.
Yeah. And I did check this just to make sure I wasn't misremembering, but like for the purposes of like animal feed, like feeding pet reptiles and stuff, you can buy, I believe, live roaches on Amazon.
Wow.
In quantities of 100, 200, 500, 1,000. And you can buy 1,000 live roaches for $119.99. $199.99. Or sorry, $119.99.
Quite the deal.
For live roaches, and here's the thing. You don't have to have a pet reptile. You can use them for whatever you want.
Yeah. For arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Whatever the mind can think of that you're like, I might need some roaches. Perfect April Fool's Day material.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I guess there we go with On This Day. We went from talking about mailing yourself to pimple popping and back to where you can now buy roaches off the internet.
Yeah.
What a time it is.
What a podcast.
Yes.
What a podcast, but we're not even close to done.
Oh, no.
You
We
have
still
to
got
suffer
bunch
through
of
this
segments to
for
get
much
through.
longer. So let's go to the next segment. Actually, should I, well, we can flip a coin for it, but should we just get into like a classic question?
We
Because
could.
the people have been begging for some advice about things.
Yes. Sometimes people are just like, what is this show anymore? You never do the questions. And we say, we're sorry. It's just we have so many ideas, and yet we don't feel like launching a third show. We just want to change this one around.
Yeah, it's becoming less like answering questions from the internet and more just like answers, period. We are answering.
Yes.
We're not answering questions, we are answering.
Yes. It's just whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes we give answers to stuff that's not even a question.
Yeah, it's true. And so to get another one of these things answered, shall we flip a coin to see who shall
We could.
do this next thing?
I did find. Oh my God, is it dusty? I mean,
As you know, we haven't recorded the show in recently enough, I guess.
yes. I think our last time was Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably that's probably around when it was the New Year's special. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So we've got our penny.
All right, and I always pick tails.
You always are tails. They clearly made a mistake with this penny where the back is upside down.
Is that is that so? I never would have even noticed that.
I think usually, yeah, because
That
you turn it around, it's all upside down.
Okay.
It's from
Misprint.
yes, that's right.
That means it's more valuable. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they're getting rid of the penny, so we're gonna be so screwed if we lose this one.
Oh, did that actually? Oh, I kind of remember hearing about that. I don't know if it's actually going to go through, but I do remember hearing about that now.
Yes. So exact change, people. Exact change.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little harder now without pennies, but I mean this one's from 1987, so. All right.
1987. What a year.
Yes.
I
What a
remember it
year.
like it was never.
I wish I could have experienced it.
Yeah.
I wish I could. Honestly, though, I see movies and TV shows from the 80s where everything's so dark and, like, violent and, like, end of the world. Part of me's kind of glad I didn't live through the 80s.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not one of those, life was only good in the 80s and all of the things I care about are only media from the 80s, and I've never moved on from the 80s. I'm glad I'm not one of those people. So,
Yes, but maybe one day.
yeah.
That could always be a goal to shoot for.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip her. Not the dolphin. We'll flip the coin.
Yeah, of course. Goes without saying.
Oh boy, what a surprise!
I think it's finally time to tell you. I have some disposable income, and I did bribe Paul quite significantly.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. Paul is easy to bribe.
Yeah. I figured instead of, saving for like a down payment on a house or whatever you're supposed to do at this age, I was like, that's never going to happen, so I might as well just give this to Paul.
Yes. Now the scary thing is if you bribe Paul, but you don't have the money for a while. Like you say, Paul, I will give it to you later, but then like a month or two goes by, he will be very antsy for that money.
Yeah, that's right. So I what did I spend that money on? The amazing reward of getting to say stuff on this podcast first and not second.
Yes.
Now, what a privilege. Because I get to introduce you all to a question I've been excited to read for a while. We're finally doing it. It's a short question. Boy. 2 sentences, but both are very short sentences. Is advice mode turned on? Because we got to be really ready to give some solid advice here.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. I'm about to read the question. From Anonymous. My 4-year-old's art is terrible. Should I tell her?
Wow. That is blunt, but it's honest. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right now, it's 4-year-old daughter, right?
Yeah.
The 4-year-old daughter is just like, Daddy, will you hang this on the refrigerator? And he's just like, baby girl, look at that beautiful stainless steel refrigerator. It not only cools your beverage, but it creates ice cubes, and you can press a button and fill a cup with water.
Yeah. Oh, what if... or you can finish, but...
Why would we ever ruin this stainless steel beauty with a drawing this ugly? I mean, my God, the sun is the exact same height as the house. I mean, come on, little girl.
You have no sense of perspective. But what I'm imagining, what if Starving Artist is actually Estranged Artist, as in he actually has a daughter that he hasn't spoken to in a while for this exact reason.
And the funny thing is, her art is great.
Yeah, like, for a 4-year-old, it's impeccable. He's
just like, honey, I don't know what I'm looking at. What are you saying about the world with this? I'm saying that flowers are pretty. Anyone can say that. What are you trying to say with your art? Art is supposed to show you how dark and cruel the world is. And you give me a painting of a flower with a smiley face? But Daddy, he's happy because it's summer. Happy. I want to take this picture and throw it in a lawnmower to show you how I feel about it.
That would be an interesting art piece.
Yes. And then he sets up an art show. He gets all these judges.
Performance art.
Yes, it's called Life is Not Cruel. Turns on a lawnmower, drops the paintings from his daughter into the lawnmower machine, and she is like a few feet from him on her knees crying, saying, Daddy, my art!
Yeah. He just goes, now I ask you judges this. Is destruction not itself art? You see three people all hold up zeros. It's,
Yes. And he's just like, don't you understand what I'm saying? We are coddling the future generation. We need to show them that life is horrible. And then one of the judges goes, so sweetie, what are you doing? I'm drawing a smiley face with this chalk on the sidewalk. That's wonderful. First prize. And he's like, no.
yeah.
This was my time to shine.
Yeah, the judge is like, it's beautiful. It's a face on a sunflower personified to symbolize summer, the season of light, of love.
Yes.
A love being of being blocked like a parasol above the sun your father is not giving you.
Yes. And it's like, and because you did it on sidewalk, on the chalk, it's like a symbolism of how we are trying to cover up Mother Nature with the development of humanity. But what are we losing? My God, this speaks to so much.
Yeah.
It speaks to you as the artist and also society.
Yeah, young girl, you are a postmodern savant, a thinker of our time. You are a Dadaist. You are an impressionist. You are all of the above.
And then, like, they're just like, you, my sweetheart, are this generation's Picasso. And starving artist who hates Picasso is just like,
Yeah.
Now you can say a lot of things about my daughter. She's a terrible artist. She's a bad student. She, has no friends. But one thing I will not do is let you compare my baby girl to that son of a bitch Picasso who doesn't ever make anything the way it's supposed to look.
You know, the funny thing is I actually do think Picasso kind of sucks because he does just kind of rip off like African art and stuff. But nonetheless, who isn't a crappy
there you go.
artist?
Now you have something in common with starving artist.
Yeah.
You two could bond.
But I do think that his daughter's art is postmodern genius.
Yes.
Yes, it is all of the eras of art in one. It is a perfect amalgamation. It could never be copied. AI could never do this.
Yes. By the way, speaking of that, I did see something funny on Twitter. Well, not funny, just more like, yeah, dude, you kind of deserve it for what happened. There was, so I don't know if you know, but like, so at Disney World they had this Muppet 3D show that they had for like 30 years.
Yeah.
It closed, and like people have been like upset about it. By the way, I never expected in my life to hear people be so outraged that they're removing Tom Sawyer Island from Disney World. And they're saying, well, it's not Disney World anymore then. That was Disney World, the boat that you could go on. But, whatever. But there have been tributes to that Muppet show.
Yeah.
Someone posted an AI image of the Muppet characters hugging each other outside the theater.
Oh.
And I get what this dude's intention was, but did he ever get roasted for making an AI photo of it? I'm just like, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't celebrate art with crap like that.
Yeah, there's like, like truly just pooping something out thoughtlessly.
Yes.
It's crazy how, and especially, sometimes on Twitter, the people who pay the $8 a month to get their comment highest will agree with this kind of thing, but there is this attitude out there of like, these woke Hollywood movies suck anyway, AI is going to do better. And I actually, not to, I mean, we know that this podcast is chaos, but now that I've been reminded of this,
Oh boy.
this was sort of something I I don't know how, like, this is not something I would ever click on, but I stumbled upon this YouTube video. It's pretty obscure. It only has a few thousand views of AI-generated sitcoms clip. And it was just, like, AI videos that were basically just supposed to be, like, multicam sitcom clips created by AI.
Like, of actual sitcoms?
No, creating a sitcom from scratch.
Oh, so it's not like it's a new Seinfeld.
It's a completely...
AI created a completely new sitcom. New sitcom. They stole from every other sitcom.
I'm going to show some of the comments, and then with those comments in mind, realize
you're going to hype it up.
Realize what they're talking about. It's only a matter of time when we start watching full AI productions on streaming websites.
How many subscribers does this channel have? Does it have 1 million?
164.
Oh,
this is really small. It's weird that the puppy joke was hilarious. I'd actually watch this. I miss sitcoms like this. Some of these are actually pretty hilarious. This was better than anything new in the last few years.
Wow.
We're so cooked, acting like this is just, like, absolutely brilliant. This is insane. They're going to fully shelf actors. People are in there terrified that this is going to replace... Like, listen to the high-quality joke. I hope we can hear the audio after I've built this up. But listen to these...
It would be awkward if I'm
listen
just,
to
like,
these high-quality jokes. These are the jokes that they're referring to.
Okay.
My wife said she wasn't going to talk to me for a month. Maybe some peace and quiet? Yeah, but today's the last day.
It seems like you have a phobia.
It's just my wife jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what people are saying they miss. This one was particularly bad, this genie one.
I didn't even know she sold flowers.
This looks like according to
I shall
Jim.
grant you 3 wishes.
I wish for a world without lawyers.
Done. You have no more wishes.
But you said 3.
Sue me.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm looking for a...
I don't know if anyone heard, but I let out an audible sigh after that genie joke.
There are people in these comments saying, like,
oh,
this
man,
was actually funny. I missed it.
It looks like they tried to rip off Robin Williams' likeness with that guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That is disgraceful.
There are people who want their TV shows to be weird one-liner jokes about how their wife sucks.
Yeah.
And weird little puns.
And you know what? There's enough bad shows on TV.
There are some
sure
sitcoms written like that. Like,
yes. But, you know, you know what I saw on LinkedIn? There was this company that said, we are going to be the Disney animation of AI. And I'm just like, no, if you're like that, then you clearly don't understand film and what makes like art worthwhile. You know, one of my favorite things we saw during the strike, the writers and SAG strikes that happened in 2023, was like some writer held up a sign that said, AI can't replicate my childhood trauma.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is the biggest thing to me is like, I think I did one of the most upsetting comments I saw in this that one of the comments says, well, it's better than modern DEI junk. That's cool.
Well, you know what? They don't care about quality. Look what they voted for.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the comments.
Enjoy your parade tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I think they're gonna make an AI crowd of the video for that parade.
Yeah.
And I think it will be like the Flintstones, where every few seconds you'll see the characters repeated.
Yeah.
There's gonna be. I think they're gonna make an AI video, and people are gonna point out some flaw of like, oh, it's recycling the same characters over and over and over.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I remember seeing and I've seen the sentiment before where people who are, I guess, excited about AI written stuff like this for some reason, they will say like, soon there's gonna be like you'll be able to basically like customize your own movie where there will be a movie but it'll be different for everyone else because you'll get it personalized to you specifically because you'll have some kind of prompt that you'll and what,
I mean, they already had something better. It's called the Telltale games.
yes, that is true. But what the Telltale games, the art aspect that is in the Telltale games and in movies that are non-AI stuff, is that I feel like part of what makes it art is that someone's own individual experience or a team's own individual experience all contributed to that. The idea that it seems so dystopian to me that you would be watching a movie that is devoid of anyone's experiences and it would utterly teach you nothing. It would utterly give you no perspective about the world outside of your own.
Yeah.
Like
It's the world. It's a little insulated world in the internet.
Yeah.
Is basically what it is.
Like if you're going, I don't like that movies are showing me perspectives that I don't like. And so I only want to see movies that are customized to be palatable to me. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I actually, cause on LinkedIn, I got a message from some AI company telling me, hey, how would you like to make some money recording your voice for, like, AI stuff?
Wow.
I didn't respond, but I was in such a mood after reading that. It was the closest I ever came to, like, a message of saying to go F yourself. Like, I was so just like, screw you.
Yeah. I actually had a similar, on LinkedIn as well, a thing happen where someone messaged about, I think I had actually applied for some kind of graphic design job at the time, and they followed up by sending a LinkedIn message introducing themselves in a link, and they were like part of a tech startup, and they were having all of the interviewees for the graphic design position to follow a link and complete sort of a online quiz to get to the next step in the interview process. And I made it through a few steps of the quiz until it got to one that was like, we want to utilize the full technical abilities of AI in our social media presence. So type in a prompt here to get the best result. It was basically like testing if you were good at writing prompts for AI. Ugh. Like if you could come up with the best prompt to get, like they were like, we want an image like this. Can you type out the best prompt to get it closest to this image? And I stopped the thing at that point, and I did message them back saying like, I tried to be professional, but I just remember
you didn't want to go out of your way to be an a-hole.
Yeah, I did remove myself from consideration, but then I also said like, if you're planning on building an online presence around just AI art, that's going to be really embarrassing for you. Like,
yes,
that's just not going to go how you think.
You know, it hasn't happened for me, but if I was ever at a place and they said, we need you, a part of our policy now is that we need you to work with AI, I would say, this is one of the things I would refuse. I would say no. And they would say, well, it's our company, you got to do it. I'd say, then no. Like, number one, it shows you don't care about quality.
Yeah.
Number two, you're going to replace me anyway, so why bother?
Yeah, I actually did. I very much lucked out with the company I worked for, kind of not being upset that I did this, but I did actually, because I work for a marketing company and they work with a bunch of contractors. I I was tangentially kind of working on this video project where I was mainly designing some graphics for the video. And then one of the videographer, like the video editor they're working with, who doesn't work for the company but was like a contractor, was like, yeah, check out this new cut where I used AI music for instead of stock music, which is going to like save us money on not needing stock music for it.
You mean like you could just use public domain
exactly,
music.
And that's and I messaged like the company Slack, so everyone at the company, which is like 5 people, it's not a big company, but I messaged everyone.
It wasn't 5,000 people
Yeah.
who would cheer you on like, yeah.
I messaged in the general Slack this embarrassingly long post about how I'm going to refuse to work on anything that has like specifically generative AI, because there are some things in like Photoshop and stuff that are technically, like, we've had AI in a lot of online tools for a long time. It's specifically the like language learning model and generative AI style stuff, which is, unlike a lot of previous AI tech, is more about like just kind of skimming the internet for stuff and just grabbing it. That sort of generative thing is more what I was opposing to. So I was basically like, I just want to let you all know that if this kind of thing is going to happen more, I'm going to refuse to work on any explicitly like generative AI related projects, and I'm not going to work on them. So just heads up. And I mean, luckily, they were fairly receptive to it. And actually what ended up happening was, because one thing I said in it was like, I know that like a royalty-free stock music, like a generic stock, I know that can feel very soulless and corporate. But you know what's even more soulless and corporate?
Something made without a soul.
And so I specifically said, like, the fact that I'm defending a soulless royalty-free track, like corporate music track, really says something. Like, that's how bad this is. And
Yes.
I said, like, I will find a free song and use my human brain to decide what music goes with this video. I know it's not part of my job because I'm a graphic designer, but I will do it. And that's actually what happened. So that was cool. I actually found the music for it.
Oh.
But, so that's an unlikely, so most people probably would genuinely worry about losing their jobs. And this was over a year ago that I did that, so I have not yet been fired for doing that.
Gotta say, respect for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not having that.
I mean, obviously, this is going to be a big topic because, I mean, it's just been something that gets flooded with us all the time, the AI stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that, how much of the episode is talking about AI.
Probably
but
a lot.
like, I mean, especially for stuff we do, like, a lot of this stuff, like, the AI is such a, like, annoyance that keeps popping up. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing for, like, I mean, people are talking about, like, you know, there was a thing that showed, like, how AI was being used to, like, detect cancer, and people are like, that's what AI should be used for.
Yeah.
Not, like trying to create art and stuff.
Yeah,
But,
people like defenders of AI and a lot of like tech advancements will often like we saw this with like NFTs and stuff, even where it was like people would defend like, you know, don't believe the bad press. Like, there's actually some really great use cases for it, and there's truly like no evidence that anyone is genuinely trying to do that. Like,
yeah.
NFTs are gonna be remembered always as the dumb monkey art thing. Like that. That's
Are
it.
NFTs still around, or are they done now?
I mean, technically, people are still making them, and technically, they're still around. But it is like the entire industry around it has imploded. Like, they are essentially, it is. I mean, it's worse than like Beanie Babies post the 90s. Like, I mean, it's gone. Nothing is worth anything anymore in that industry. And all of these claims of what the technology could have been used for, it's never going to ever be used. And I actually would disagree that any of those uses were good either. I think that they were always a lie and it was never a good idea. But there was never any sincere attempt at doing any of those use cases. And similarly, like, if anyone in the AI sphere is claiming that there are good use cases for AI, then please just do that and give up on the rest of it. Just stop trying to do chatbots and generative AI. Like, we don't need this type of growth.
Yes. And, you know, I love how, like, people point out, like, some places, I won't say who, I've noticed there's one kind of big newspaper place that is trying to hire AI trainers, which is disgusting to see. Most of the time, they have, like, news articles written by AI.
Mm-hmm.
People point out how they're almost always factually wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you need a human element to figure it out.
For again, maybe a morbid curiosity, I've kind of tested out. I mean, I'm not proud to say it, but I've tested out some of the chatbot things like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexly, whatever.
I mean, you do need to do a little research before you explain why this thing sucks.
So I was kind of just messing around with them, and I'd done it through a few of them. And even going into it as someone who is skeptical of AI and thought, like, you know, this is super wrong a lot of the times, I was genuinely shocked how often it was blatantly wrong and, like, hallucinated. I almost every single thing that I searched in them had something kind of off. Like, I really did not find it to be that useful of a tool. There was one that put little inline, almost like on Wikipedia, put little inline sources. And I was like, okay.
Like the number of here's where we got this from?
Yeah, and I thought, like, okay, I think if you were to lean away from, like, it being like, yeah, thanks, I'll help you out with that. Like, instead of having, like, a personality and, like, giving these really bad summaries of stuff, I could see some kind of AI being useful where it scans the internet for sources and gives you a list of sources. So that's another thing where it's like, I could see a use case working, but in my experience of testing out the different large language model chatbots, it was not like that for the most part.
You know what I tested? You know how, like, Google, if you Google something now, it'll come up with an AI
overview,
answer.
Yeah.
One thing I tested, because sometimes, you know, some people may say my internet search history is so pathetic. Sometimes I try to find, like, fan theories, like, online about how can, like, certain things be canon. Like, how can, like, Michael Keaton Batman be canon to Smallville or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I spend an unhealthy amount of time because I love seeing, like, these theories. Like, here's how it can be connected. Like, that fans will come up with. I tested Google.
Yeah.
I said, is Joker a prequel? You know, the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Yeah.
Is it a prequel to The Batman?
Yeah.
And it said yes, and it gave all these examples of how.
Yeah. That's funny. Like, one thing I've also found about a lot of these AI chatbots is they really yes and you. They will they will try to find a way to say you're correct and here's why. Like, and I mean, Google's a little already, like, you can always find a source that approves what you're saying. But even, like, the way some of these chatbots, like, have personality, like pretend to have personalities, like ChatGPT, where they're sort of like responding to you in a way that a friend would, or trying to. They also can, like, they just have a way of, like, they're always gonna kind of try and support you in some way or make you feel like you're smart for asking. They'll even say, like, great question. Like, that worries me because, like,
They're like a friendly elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
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 You know what is really I know we're going on, but this is like, let's not lie. This is something that's been in the back of our minds.
I know.
For a
This
while.
is something I would I love to talk about. I mean, I think about it a lot. And I will say, it wouldn't be bad to have, like, a comment section episode about this that's more deliberately about how it affects, like, movies and TV and stuff.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. So.
But one thing I saw that was so disgusting was there was a person who talked about how they love. Do you know who Jim Cummings is?
Oh, that sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Jim Cummings is one of the, like, best voice actors of all time. Jim Cummings, he is, like, one could argue that he is the best voice actor working today. He is just, he's Winnie the Pooh, Darkwing Duck, the Tasmanian Devil. He's awesome. By the way, if you ever watch a Disney movie, he is basically Stan Lee of Disney from, like, 90s till now. He just pops up in everything, and I love it.
Yeah, you can. I just kind of look. He is definitely someone where it's like, if you don't think you know him, you actually do.
Yes.
He was in stuff you've seen.
Yes, I love Jim Cummings. But someone talked about how they wanted to do a tribute to Jim Cummings. So they had AI take his voice as Pete from Mickey Mouse and sing a song.
Yeah.
And I was just like, first of all, this is disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it should be illegal that you're taking his voice. I know it's a character voice, but you're taking his interpretation of that voice and morphing it, and it sounded so choppy.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
One of, like, the most disgusting comments I've heard was for, like, to do a new Batman Arkham game would be to have Kevin Conroy's voice AI replicated.
Yeah.
For an Arkham game. Or, like, Christopher Reeve as Superman. I was just like...
Yeah,
those were Juilliard-trained actors. Like, I don't know if you understand this. Kevin Conroy came from a broken home. He talked about how he left home midway through high school and lived with a family friend.
Yeah.
And how he channeled that for Batman. He talked about how poorly he was treated as a gay actor in the 80s and 90s. How he had to hide a part of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And how he channeled that. You can't have a computer channel, like, such human things.
Yeah.
And it's just... Same thing with Christopher Reeve. Like, a computer is not going to understand. Like, this dude was a Juilliard-trained actor. Like, they're not going to replicate it. Like, it may kind of look like him, but it won't be. And it's just... You know what is also really sad? What we've seen kind of the death of? The death of the fan trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day when people would take clips of, like, Superman Returns and Batman Begins and edit together a World's Finest crossover.
Yeah, people passionate and want to edit something fun together, yeah.
Oh, my God. There is a great edit. I can't remember what one it was. There was a clip where someone took the Christopher Reeve Superman movie and the first Tim Burton Batman, and they, like, found, like, the right clips to make it so that Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve were having, like, a legit conversation, even though the background would switch. But, like, that was impressive.
Yeah.
And now we get this crap of, like, here is a crossover between Christopher Reeve and Adam West. Now, what was the one? Oh, there was Marvel superheroes of the 70s. So, like, the old Spider-Man show, the old Hulk show, 70s Captain America. I thought it was going to be edited together clips, but it was AI.
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit looks completely different in every scene.
Yeah.
And I see these comments of like, this is amazing. I've waited for this my whole life. I'm just like, what is this crap?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, this is more a thing we could talk about more in like a comment section, more specifically about movies, but that does feel like the death of all creativity and all media to just be completely fine with just show me what I want to see and I don't care about anything else or how it was made. And also just like the death of like what is the implication if someone were to if a voice actor's voice would be used, like say if they dystopianly, disgustingly decided like from now on every animated Batman thing that ever is created is going to be Kevin Conroy's voice is AI and forever, then there's never going to be a new Batman ever again. Like then it's just like newness is dead. Like like nothing. It's just regurgitating the same things over and over again forever. There's nothing new anymore.
If you care about art or acting, like we have no idea. I mean, look, if you read a comic, you have a good guess, but like we don't know like how Kevin Conroy would have used his Juilliard training to be like, how would he have said this line? You're just getting a computer that's not an actor doing an imitation. Yeah, trying to say the line how he might have said the line in something that it is picked up on. Like, like I love Kevin Conroy's Batman, but like 100%, like the best way to honor him would be to get someone like Bruce Greenwood, who was in Young Justice, or Jensen Ackles from some of the animated movies, to take the torch and carry it on. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the people most at fault are, the higher-ups at these companies who are making the decisions to plow through with these ideas despite it ruining society. But so even though that's mostly at fault, I still do have this sort of chip on my shoulder about, like, I do kind of think that if you believe that AI art can in any way compete or be interesting or artful in any way, I think you are a fundamentally uncreative person with like like no sense of creativity whatsoever. Like, and I've experienced this a little with even there have been clients of like graphic design clients who like it'll be like the head of a company and they'll be like, I want a new logo and I want it to look something like this, and they'll like generate a bunch of AI logos. And they think they're going like, well, I am hiring a human to do the logo, but I'm saying do it like this AI-generated one. And I just don't know how to explain, like, I also come up with ideas. Yes. And it's going to be better than that, I promise. There was also, like, a client that wanted their company to have their trucks printed. Semi-trucks will have printing on the side branded like the company. Like the thing on the back that will say Pepsi or whatever? Yeah, that kind of stuff. They wanted the whole truck to be printed, branded, and they generated it in AI. And they're like, I want it to look like this. And the company needed to schedule a meeting with the CEO of this company to explain that in real life, things can't be printed like that, because it was like really like glowy and neon looking, and it didn't look realistic at all because it was an AI generated image. The lighting wasn't right, reflecting off weird stuff, and we just had to explain like things do not look like that in real life. A graphic designer can't magically make that happen,
And even if we were to literally print this thing that you generated, it would not look like that in real life. So there's just like a fundamental lack of understanding about creativity that was going into that.
Yeah, like, I know, guys, I promise we are getting to the end of AI talk soon. Maybe one day we will do a scripted unwanted answers where we actually write the script, but we just trash AI the whole time. We do like a fake AI unwanted answers. But like, oh, did you hear this one thing I read? I'm not going to say the name of the company in case it's wrong. But I thought I read there was a studio who talked about we can use AI to take an R-rated movie and make it PG. So we can get the whole audience. We can use AI to give it different ratings. And it's just like... Then why bother making a movie?
Yeah. Like, it's just, can't a movie just be one thing? Can't anything just be one thing? Like, just...
Eventually, can't someone grow up to be old enough to watch it? Give them something to look forward to.
Like, the movie just has swearing in it, or a boob in it, or something. It just does. Okay, you can see you can see a different movie without that stuff.
Yeah. So whenever I watch like a movie, show or something, they always talk about how there is this fear that in a few years, studios are going to try and make AI movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have if they were to try, it's not going to last long. It will fail. And maybe that's what we need for like the death of AI art, to have this catastrophic failure.
Yeah, massive financial, because a lot of it is investment right now. If the end product were to be a catastrophe, yeah.
But like, I've just, how like I talked about how like after James Gunn took over DC, I thought about ending comment section or leaving it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, for that period of like, if we go through a period like 6 months where all they're trying to do is AI movies, we're done with news. We are just going to be a retrospective show until that flops.
Yeah, no, that's...
Because I have no interest in covering that crap.
Yeah, no, I would not cover anything like that at all, for sure. And that's what, like, it could be too optimistic of me to think that, but I guess I do wonder on some level if this thing that I've thought about a lot of, like, I feel like wouldn't most people want to connect with art in a way where they know that a human had some kind of perspective in it, and if it were like fully AI, would audiences just like, without even really thinking about it, just have like a kind of uncanny feeling about it and not really respond to it? Like, there's part of me that thinks that could happen and it would make movies like this fail. If that's not the case, because I do think that people do like slop. Like, I mean, obviously, it is already true that the same... Like, there are a lot of really cynical movies made purely for profit.
Well,
but
let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's show business.
Yes.
Every movie's made for profit.
Yes.
You hope you can get an artist to tell their story, and you cross your fingers, but it is all for profit. Otherwise, they just post it on YouTube.
Yes.
But some take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Like a Joker 2.
Yeah. But yeah, even if people did accept the slop and we started seeing AI movies, AI TV shows and stuff, the last like optimistic thread I'm holding on to is that there will be a very large contingency of people who will hate that and will hate that this slop is being consumed and will insist on making movies without any AI whatsoever. There will be at least, hopefully, indie directors or people on the internet creating authentic content, and we can at the very least respond to and support that. Or if even that's not happening, and we're truly in a dystopia where nothing good is ever made again, we can look back at the past and just go, yeah, the Shining. Remember when when they weren't generating garbage out of thin air?
We'll do like a special on The Godfather, Casablanca, Citizen Kane. Yeah. By the way, so we talked about the uncanny valley thing. And I know, guys, we're going on, but this is kind of a big thing right now going on in the world.
Yeah.
This honestly, this episode could almost feel like a time capsule in a way.
Yeah. You said something earlier, and I was already thinking of just calling this episode "Annoying Intelligence."
Yes, that works.
And just being like, that's what this episode is now.
Yes. By the way, I saw something like The Simpsons said that they will be the last show to ever use AI because they think AI stands for like artificial idiocy or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what the abbreviation was. But
yeah.
Do you think, because you mentioned Uncanny Valley, and I don't mean to compare these movies with AI. I do not mean to say like, oh, these movies are crap like AI.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talked about like people responding negatively to Uncanny Valley type stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the reaction people had to movies like Polar Express or the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol does kind of support that like AI movies and TV won't be as appreciated by the audience? Because when you go back to like Polar Express, people talk about, hey, it's such a weird looking movie. Like they look human, but there's like nothing in the eyes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to say it's crap like AI. I get they tried something, it just didn't work.
Yeah. No, I think with I would truly have to say, like, the second there is like a studio supported AI movie, I would have to just immediately, like, to me that would be the worst movie of all time, just in the concept of its existence, like like the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, like it's just better than it. Like I would have to simply praise that movie now for not being AI. But yeah, I do think that's highly likely that there will be some reaction like that where people will just not really, they'll just feel kind of uncomfortable, like that it looks weird.
Not to compare again, but man, people are reacting to the CGI in the new Superman movie like, this looks weird.
Yeah, but another thing though, like depending if we don't see this hypothetical movie for another 3 years or something, and that's 3 more years of advancing AI video generative technology, like it hypothetically will get better at tricking your brain into thinking it looks real. A lot of people who are less informed about it already are tricked a lot and just think that some AI videos are just real videos.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that thinks, and I guess maybe worries, that people will think it looks less uncanny than like bad CGI. But I think that there's a lot more layers that make, the AI slop worse. Like it's sort of like if you squint, it looks like a real movie. Yeah, like not even necessarily, it wouldn't even necessarily look like CGI. It would look like if you squint, it looks like a real actors, or even.
Yeah.
Like in that sitcom thing, which is how we got here. In that sitcom thing, you kind of have to pause and go like, oh look, the eyes look really weird. At a quick glance, I can admit that it's certainly pretty crazy that that's completely generated. Like, I'm not denying that, but at the same time, I do think that there's a limit to how far the technology can go, and that's a lot of things. When people are really gung-ho about tech, I think that they don't like to accept this, which is that there is a cap. And I think for example, like a lot, if you have a really good, and it really does suck to compare CGI to AI, because CGI is an art.
Like there are people, like actual CGI artists, who are just like working hours and hours to make sure something looks good.
Yeah, and so it really, really well done CGI can look indistinguishable from real, especially if like you go in and you do stuff in post to kind of make it look like it was shot, like recorded on a camera. But I think we can all admit that still most of the time you can kind of tell. Or like,
yeah.
I mean, like, at the very least, in movies where they're being made very fast, the CGI artists are not being given appropriate timelines or budgets, and a lot of corners are cut. What I'm saying is that is going to happen, like, once you remove the artists and you just have studios generating AI movies or something, creative eyes are not on it, it's gonna look like crap. Like, it's like, hypothetically, maybe we'll be at a point where AI would generate something that would even trick me, who's like really keeping an eye out for this. But that doesn't mean that top level of the technology is going to be used for these movies. It's probably going to look like garbage. And yeah, again, I think there's a cap where part of me thinks they're always going to kind of be able to tell.
Yeah. And, I know we went on and on about AI, guys. But, it is a big kind of thing that's been going on. And look, I know a lot of people are worried about, like, is this going to, like, take over movies or art or whatever. I'm just like, I think they'll try and it's going to fail, and then they're going to give up on this experiment.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing, worst comes to worst, I've been listening to, like, artists on Bandcamp with 100 followers, or, like, watching movies that, like, oh, this one person made this on a digital camera in the mid-2000s, and they made the whole thing with their friends, and it somehow became a big hit, like the Blair Witch Project or something, which was just like a crazy thing that it became so successful. There will always be stuff like that. We might have to dig harder for legitimate art, and again, this is in the dystopian version of this, where it is successful and that AI art takes over and that there's less and less legitimate art out there. But there will always be real art, even if it becomes illegal to make real art. Like a fascist ruler where they're just like, actually, art can only be AI now. Like, go walk down the street to, like, your weird anarchist neighbor who kind of smells a little bit. They'll have real art. Like, there will be some real art out there if you look hard enough.
Just bring nose plugs.
Yes.
Bring nose
yes.
plugs. Maybe you'll have to, like, step out for some fresh air because it got some drugs just boiling somewhere. They're making meth.
Yeah.
That's, maybe that's kind of like the concession stand. Hey, man, you want some meth or crack?
Yeah.
I got some speed right over here.
Yeah. And they're artists, too.
Yes. Man, I don't know how we got to this, but yet...
Well, it was from a question about a 4-year-old's art being crappy.
Right. That's right. And the cruelest thing starving artists could do, and most people won't go there, but he will. The little girl with her painting of the smiley face sunflower saying, "Daddy, isn't it beautiful?" And he's just like, "It looks like such shit. It could have been from AI."
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to move on from this discussion, but do you want to do, like, Is there a segment you really wanted to get to that we didn't get to?
Do you mean like before Dear Abby, or?
Yeah, I guess before Dear Abby. I mean, if you want to just go straight to
Let's
that's
see.
fine
well,
too.
you know what?
But
We could throw the wheel.
yeah,
We could see what segments the wheel wants to pop up.
Wheel of Segments time.
Oh my God, what was that thing called? Spin wheel?
Wheel of.
Oh, I got Wheel of Names.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh, we got all our characters in there.
nice.
But we gotta take those out for our segments.
Nice. Should be interesting.
All right. We got all our segments right there. They all look bigger once compared to the characters ones. All right, but here we go. Ready to spin it?
Yeah, here we go. Secrets reveal.
Oh my God! You know what? This just reminded me that I did have something I wanted to bring up, and it was from Secrets Revealed.
Oh, well, then it's fate.
Yes. This was something I couldn't believe it until I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Okay.
And if you already know about it, I'll be slightly disappointed that I couldn't shock you with this.
I'm excited to see.
Okay. This is about the Kentucky meat shower.
Oh, I think I've heard about this.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I actually, yeah, I think I have because I remember, I wonder if it was on some other podcast or something. Not that there aren't other podcasts. This is the only
No,
one.
we are the only ones.
But I remember just discussion about like if it really happened, basically.
Well, we can give our spin, and we'll find out the real explanation.
Yeah.
Not what the experts try to say.
Yeah.
All right, so the Kentucky meat shower, it occurred on March 3rd, 1876, for several minutes. A farmer's wife, Mrs. Crouch, was making soap on her porch when she reported seeing a piece of meat fall from the sky. She said she was 40 steps from her house when the meat began to hit the ground. Mrs. Crouch and her husband believed the event was a sign from God. Most of the pieces of meat were approximately 2 by 2 inches. At least one was 4 by 4 inches. The meat appeared to be beef, but according to the first report in Scientific America, 2 men who tasted it, which is they went out and just tasted it, we're just like, you know what,
well,
it
it
kills
is
us,
meat.
it kills us.
Yeah.
Judged it to be lamb or deer.
Wow. Honestly, one really amazing thing about that right off the bat is that when you started saying the first few lines of that paragraph, every single detail sounds fake. Mrs. Crouch carving soap, meat falling from the sky.
Come on,
God?
guys. Mrs. Crouch.
Yeah.
Could you have found a more stereotypical farmer lady name?
Yeah. One thing I always wondered about this is like,
At first, I thought it was fake until I looked more into it. I'm just
there
like,
is-
that's not real.
there is, yeah, there is, I think there is a fair amount of, like consensus that this may have happened, although sometimes I do wonder if like it was literally just a piece of meat fell from the sky and then the story became it was raining meat.
Well, they have some pieces at a museum.
Yeah, that's really quite wild. I forget, are there some theories out there, or is that what our job is?
Well, I could look up the theories. I know one of them.
Like
It's pretty disgusting.
like a
One of them
plane
was
or
like
something?
it was bird vomit. Like
Oh,
birds.
right, yeah, like a I don't know, like a vulture or something. I don't know.
Kentucky. God, what was it called? Kentucky meat shower.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's look at the incorrect theories.
Yeah, so we can give our correct theories. Yeah.
Blood rain? What's blood rain? Is a phenomenon in which blood is perceived to fall from the sky in the form of rain. happened in the Iliad. Well, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened in India in 2001 and 2012? That does not sound sanitary. And vulture ejecta. Type of meat was never identified. Yeah.
You know, Mrs. I'm getting too far ahead of myself here, but Mrs. Crouch sounds like it would be a relative of Huck.
It does. Oh, by the way, I just saw locals favored the explanation that the meat was vomited up by buzzards.
Okay. Yeah. They all got to a real bad deer.
Vultures vomit as part of making a quick escape, and Jesus. And also as a defensive method when threatened.
Wow.
I mean, look, if I felt like I was going to be threatened, like if that dude you
Yeah.
talked about who stopped you was just like, hey, can you help me get into this house? I mean, one way to end that conversation right there is
Yeah.
just stick 2 fingers down your throat, and that'll get him to go.
The vultures probably saw Mrs. Crouch's knife that she was using to carve the soap and vomited all over and we're like, she's got a knife.
That's right. They were probably circling around her because she was so old they thought she was going to drop dead soon.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm going to get you first, you vultures.
Yeah.
And they were just like, hey, she's got a knife. What do we do? Stick 2 feathers down the throat.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah. And then she was and then that got the meat to fall from the sky, and she was like, Jebediah, get out here.
Yeah.
We got supper tonight.
Yeah, and then Mrs. Crouch's great nephew. Wait, look at that! There's throw up all over the porch.
Wait, vomit for dinner? That's what I'm talking about. Wait.
That reminds me when Adam Sandler threw up in that one movie. I assume he throws up in at least one movie.
Oh, yes. When he was on that night and he just kept puking and puking and puking. Wait, I know it was oatmeal, but that was some good-looking oatmeal right there.
Yeah.
Wait.
I would love to eat Adam Sandler's oatmeal that he used to throw.
That's right. Hey, Adam Sandler, you want to regurgitate your food to me like a baby bird? Wait, man, that'd be funny. Maybe he has like a jar. Like how people buy props from movies on eBay.
Yeah.
He has a jar of the oatmeal that Adam Sandler used
Yeah,
to
it's the
vomit
fake vomit,
on like
yeah.
Drew Barrymore or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Adam Sandler was at the Oscars
Oh,
for like a bit with Conan?
Wasn't it? Was that the Timothy Chalamet thing, or like he goes
I
Chalamet?
think so.
Yeah.
But like that would have been like Huck would have lost his mind.
Yeah.
Wait, let's show Find the God Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, not to get too off topic, but did you ever see, not this year but last year, the best Oscars moment ever?
I don't know if I know what you're referring to.
Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger came out on stage.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
And then, do you know what it was like when I was watching that? Okay, and I was watching it with my sister, and I was just like, and they talked about Batman. I was just like, oh my god, Michael Keaton is there. Michael Keaton is there. Are they gonna cut to him? Are they gonna cut to him? And then they did.
Yeah.
And then he did his.
Yeah,
It was
I
just-
do remember that. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was awesome. And you know what? He specifically brought a different suit from what he normally wore for that bit.
Yeah.
The one that looked more like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Oh,
That is the
that
greatest
was-
Oscars moment.
Yes. Oh, it was great. I loved how like people would Photoshop like the mask he had in that moment, and they Photoshopped like
Yeah.
Penguin's top hat and Mr. Freeze's
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know what I also loved? For like people of a different generation who just don't understand that you can recast a character.
Yeah.
There were some people who just like couldn't sleep knowing that Penguin and Mr. Freeze fought 2 different Batman, and one comment was slept just fine because they're the same version.
Yeah, if you really don't want two different movies to exist and you want to pretend it's all one movie,
those are one movie. George Clooney is the Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. That is a confusing take on recasting, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, you know what irritates me? Not to get a whole thing, but, like, one comment I don't get is, in The Flash, how they changed the ending from Michael Keaton to George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
People are upset about how, because in the movie, you see Michael Keaton, Batman, die, and then originally it was supposed to be Michael Keaton at the end, and they swapped out George Clooney.
Yeah.
When I ever see someone, like, complain about they killed off Michael Keaton and they did George Clooney instead, it's just like, you know what, guys? You've known for years that they're the same version. They don't try to hide it.
Yeah.
The movies are all packaged together. If you're one of those fans who are just like, I can't consider them the same because they're different actors, they're different, then that's on you. They are the same version. Whether you want to headcanon differently or not, they are the same version.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah. But, man, how did we get there? Oscars. Oh, Adam Sandler. So, yeah. Huck. This would have been, like, Huck's favorite dinner.
Yeah.
The vulture vomit.
Oh, yeah, that would have been entertainment. He would have stopped the marathon of Adam Sandler and Kevin James movies for just a moment.
He would have had the best time of his life. Just imagine him getting a giant pot.
Yeah.
Like a giant cooking pot, running outside, and like he's trying to catch like the vomit from the buzzards above. Wait! We gonna eat good tonight, cousin. What was his cousin? Was it Henry?
Or Clyde?
Clyde?
Yeah, Clyde or something. Yeah. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. Huck and cousin Clyde, and he has a great Uncle Buck.
Oh, that's right. Hey, cousin Clyde, we eating good tonight. That's gonna be a good supper right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
what was the? Wait, I already forgot. What was the woman's name? Carving soap.
Mrs. Crouch.
Crouch. I'm adding that to the Huck canon.
Yes, that was. There's some relation. 1876. I don't know how far back.
Yeah.
She must have been super old if the vultures were circling around her, expecting her to drop dead any second.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, maybe. What if, like, on March 3rd, like, Huck has that as an annual tradition? Like, he will, like. Not that you would know, but are there, like, you know how there's laxatives?
Yep.
Is there medicine that can, like, make someone, like, puke?
Like
a laxative?
Interesting. That's probably less helpful. People don't normally want to, but I think it would be more something at hospitals probably to make people induce puking when they have, like, make people induce puking when maybe they've ingested something they're not supposed to. You can also get your stomach pumped. That's kind of like throwing up.
Well, maybe Huck and cousin Clyde, they like got birdseed, but they dunked it in like rotten cheese or whatever, knowing that would make the vultures vomit. And they feed it to them every March 3rd at around like 4 p.m. so that when it's 5, they know the vultures are going to start puking, and they have to catch it in their pots. And it is just like, it's like Thanksgiving, but much, much better.
Yeah.
They're thankful for this beautiful experience of having vulture vomit.
It's beautiful. No, it is beautiful.
Yeah, wait, cousin Clyde, we eco-friendly because we eating recycled food. I love Mother Earth. Yeah, so what was the cause of it? I guess it was the vultures were scared of Mrs. Clyde because they waited for her to die, and she was not going without a fight. She fought it till the end.
That's right. But that's
she lived to like 102, and did she fight it?
Yeah, that's just what kind of lady she is. What can you
her
say?
last words in her bed were just like, "I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not leaving yet."
Yeah.
And then she finally just
eventually you gotta.
Eventually you gotta. I mean,
you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't something that goes on forever. Eventually you gotta leave the party.
Yeah, eventually it's not your turn. Eventually you gotta be recast, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes.
You don't get to play a role forever.
Yes, eventually it's time.
Yeah.
So, yes, I am so glad that we got to that. I'm not going to lie. Had we done a different segment and this just came to me on my memory, we would have stopped that segment halfway through and gone to the Kentucky meat shower.
Yeah.
By the way, where is that museum that they have the thing at?
That's a good question.
By the way, it better be Kentucky.
Yeah, I know. Like, what do you? I want to be physically there. I want to see what it was like.
Oh, it's the Bath County History Museum. It opened in 2024. Wow.
Took them a while. I hope
where
that,
was that meat all
Yeah, I
this
hope
time?
that. Where was the meat in the meantime? I don't.
What if it was like in Huck's like refrigerator this whole time?
Yeah, and not even in the freezer, just in the fridge.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't like shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
It was just on a plate.
He thinks of opening the fridge as like a whoopee cushion with smell instead of sound.
Yes. I wonder if Bath County History Museum has a website.
Is Bath County in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, they got a Facebook page.
You gotta.
Museum. Oh, screw you. Museum mate. This AI group is here. Screw you.
Even
like,
they
bang on my topic this whole episode, but I don't want your AI help.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Historical Society. Oh, that's Virginia. Well, I guess they don't have a very good website. But yeah, maybe one day, if we ever get the budget for episode 100, we are gonna go to see that piece of meat. We're gonna go see the one doll we just talked about. What was it named? Roy or something?
Robert.
Robert. That sounds
Robert
right.
the doll. Yep.
Robert the doll.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you had anything else.
Let's just sit in silence for a while.
Yes. The voice is starting to go.
It's a new segment. It's just kind of let's just kind of sit here. We don't always have to be talking.
Exactly. I know it's a podcast, but like sometimes the best thing to say are the unspoken words.
That's true, and that's why we're going to be quiet starting right now. Is when we are going to start being quiet. So don't talk.
Exactly.
And that's why we're done talking.
You do it.
So we're not. We got to. People don't sit in silence. People just want to hear the sound of their own voice. They're always trying to hear the sound of their own voice, and at a certain point, it's like you got to do some grounding. You gotta. It's like everyone wants a podcast these days.
Yes. Some people need to learn to shut up.
Okay, so that's the end of our moment of silence.
Yes. It was quite a time. It was.
This was, I know we say this a lot, but this is truly one of the most off-the-rails episodes, maybe of anything we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was our first topic? I'm not going to lie. I don't know.
I have no idea.
The last one is much more sharp in my memory.
Yeah. That one had a goal. That one had a purpose.
It had an overall theme too. This one is just, hey, sometimes we get to segments. Sometimes we gotta rant a little bit about AI.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
That's mainly that's all I'm gonna remember from this episode is AI. But
I just hope that there's some AI filmmaker who gets so upset and leaves an angry comment.
Yeah.
Who is just like, you guys don't understand? I wake up, I gotta write the prompts. It's hard being an artist like an AI artist.
Yeah.
It's grueling.
Yeah, I'm toiling away thinking of the right words to type.
I'm gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
Ahoy.
Just like a real artist.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, maybe you too appreciate something about humans, even at their most rambly and pointless. That you appreciate human touch enough to make it to the end of this episode.
Yes. And you know what? No AI could ever replicate this.
That's true.
This is just years of always wondering, how could it possibly get worse? That's what this show is. A computer never thinks about that.
That is correct.
A computer doesn't. That's what you get with this.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to do.
No, I think that's it.
The most beloved of them all.
Yeah, let's do it. Our beloved Dear Abby.
Yes. Who I will always support over Miss Manners.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Gotta always take a sip before the Dear Abby, because some of these letters are long.
Yeah. Us doing a segment where we read Dear Abby questions and then answer them ourselves instead of what they've already been answered by Abby is a perfect encapsulation of the belief that only a human can steal.
Yes.
When AI does it, it's wrong, and when humans do it, it's part of the creative process.
Of course. By the way, Abby, no offense, does not give the best advice. All right. Dear Abby, 2 years ago, my mom invited all of my family on an international trip during the month of October. 1 year ago, my sister called me asking if I could cover some things for her. When I agreed and asked why, she said she and our parents were going on the international trip 4 months early. I was shocked. No one had said the departure date was being moved up. When I asked my other sister about it, she was still under the impression we were going in October. When I brought it up to my mom, she got very defensive and said we were all invited to come. No, we were not. The plans were changed, and only one sister and her family were included. They are on the trip now, and I don't want any part of it. They are posting pictures to our family group chat. Man, they're really rubbing it in.
Yeah.
And I have decided not to look at them. I'm not sure how to move forward from here. I'm sad and frustrated over this, while they are pretending everything is fine. Signed, and this is the saddest username of all, Left Behind in Colorado.
My God. 4 months early is like...
4 months early.
That is just deliberately going, we're going on a totally different trip without you.
Yes.
4 months earlier is not the same trip.
I mean, that's a third of a year.
That's not rescheduling the trip. That is a different trip.
We are abandoning our old plans, and we're doing this instead.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the inverse of that. Like, if time-wise, like, say if someone said, like, oh, we're going to go to a Broadway play on Sunday. And then you get in the car with them, or they say, hey, come get in the car. We're going to a baseball game.
Yes.
And it's like, wait, I'm not going to a baseball game. We planned this already. We already planned this.
We were going to Broadway.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, we're just going 20 minutes up the street.
Yeah.
To our local baseball team. You know, the one where, like...
Yeah.
The pitcher on his break will smoke cigarettes in the back of the field.
And
he really doesn't try anymore.
And they're like, "Why are you being such a stick in the mud? Why are you ditching our plans and not going on the trip? It's a different trip."
We were going to go to Broadway and see Wicked.
Yeah.
Do you know that my computer got a virus when I tried to buy the tickets the first time at Wicked.com?
Yeah, you shouldn't be buying tickets off of that website, that's for sure.
They took my credit card number.
Yeah.
They took so much. My bank account is empty.
It actually turns out that what I got was even better than tickets.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I actually kind of like the subscription.
Man, I have never seen The Wizard of Oz like this.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it may be better
Yeah.
than the original.
Yeah, Disney actually, they're kind of cutting edge now.
Yeah,
I actually
mean,
think they're doing good stuff with their IPs.
if I could describe this new version of Wizard of Oz in one word, it's bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah. But yeah, this is an utterly different plan. That's really wild. I can't imagine. It's just like a format. That's an entirely different season too. Like you're completely
Yes.
yeah.
Because it was during the month of October. They're there now.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be like now it would be June.
Yeah. So it went from a fall trip to a summer trip.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, I mean, how is this person supposed to respond? They
yeah.
moved up the trip and didn't tell them.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what the advice even is.
Like when I
get a
brought it
new
up to my
family?
mom, well, what was that?
Get a new family, maybe, is the advice.
could.
Yeah.
Look, it's never too late to put yourself up for adoption.
That is true. Yeah.
I mean, just imagine like being like you go to an orphanage. Maybe that's what that person needs to do.
Yeah.
They go to an orphanage and say, "Hey, I know I'm like 45,
Yeah.
but my family has abandoned me.
Yeah.
I need someone to love me."
That's what people really need is kind of unironically is when people are completely need to just start over. They should be able to go to an orphanage.
Yeah, like maybe like some guy like robs a bank. He goes on the run. He needs to completely start over.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey,
It's
I need a family.
yeah, it's like the witness protection program, but kind of unofficial. So I'm starting over. That's why I'm here.
Like he goes with some old couple. And he's just like, "Hey, Dad, we gonna throw the ball together? Yeah, maybe after we paint the fence or whatever." Oh, sounds great. Sounds great.
Yeah.
By the way, I've got this briefcase full of cash. Don't you ever open it, or I'm gonna have to take you out too.
Yeah.
Just like I did that guard.
Yeah, so this person's gonna get adopted by a new family, and then they can do a quick little test like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on vacation in October. Do you want to go now?" Would that be
Yes.
fine to just go now?
Yes. You didn't want to be part of the family, so
Yeah.
we'll go without you.
Yeah, I think that the family that went without you, it really feels deliberately like they're telling you something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it could almost feel like this letter could almost feel like it's from Henry Anglin.
Oh yeah,
that
he
his
needs a new
mother
family.
And the Anglin brothers, they went on vacation without him because he was still in Alcatraz. By the way, is it true they're going to try to reopen that?
Oh, I believe that our current president wants to reopen it because everything to him is like cool stuff he's seen in movies. Where he's just like, Alcatraz was a cool, tough prison. We need to reopen that.
It was a great prison.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Gonna open it. It's gonna be great and big.
Yeah.
How's all the criminals? Not me, of course.
Even though I think
president.
it's like isn't it like technically a small prison? It's like 100 prisoners or something. Like I feel like it's pretty small.
Yeah, I think what made Alcatraz so like big was that it was inescapable.
Yeah.
Because it was on an island.
Yeah, the point was like whether this is right or wrong. It's probably like I'm no fan of prison, but the point was that it is like 100 of the worst people hypothetically. Like Henry.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, but I almost imagine.
What if Henry was just like, wait, it was closed this whole time?
Yeah,
Swear
he's
to God, Henry. No, God.
That's why I haven't
No,
gotten any
what?
dinner.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
That's why we went on vacation without you,
Yeah,
Henry.
no.
My God, you idiot.
No, imagine like, hey, the his brothers who broke out and he didn't succeed. His brothers are like, so hey Henry, we're the plan's in action. We're gonna be breaking out 4 weeks from now. So we gotta get on this, okay? We gotta start planning. We gotta start digging away at the wall behind the poster or whatnot. And then he wakes up the next day with a message like, I'm sorry, man. Today was the day, and it seems like you weren't game. I guess you're not part of the family anymore because we told you that we were going to try and break out, and you're not with us.
I mean, you slept through the breakout. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we supposed to do, Henry? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, my God.
You had time to write this letter?
Are you at least going to tell Mom why I'm not there? Oh, she thinks it's just because you don't love her. What? But Mom knows I love her, right? I don't think she is so pissed at you right now for not coming to this family vacation. Let me tell you, Henry, this is the first time we've had a family vacation with legitimate money in a while, okay?
Yeah.
We didn't steal it. We didn't kill someone for it. This was Ma's legit money. And you know what? That plane ticket is just going to go to waste now because you couldn't break out of prison. Nice going. Is that Henry? You tell that son of a bitch he's no son of mine today.
Yeah.
I'm going to vacation. I'm going to enjoy myself. And he can rot in prison for the rest of the trip.
Yeah. Wow. Who knew that this writer in Dear Abby had so much in common with Henry England?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't a question. I love how they're posting pictures to our family group chat. That is really sticking it to you.
Yeah. Leave the group chat.
Yeah,
Just leave
block it. Just block it.
Yeah.
So I guess the answer is, and this wasn't even really a question, it was more of a person just sharing kind of what they're going through. The answer was it was you. You weren't prepared, so they left without you. It's very much a Home Alone type situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
To bring it back to what we referenced earlier. Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Like the sirens
Yeah,
were
prison
going off
mirror.
in the prison.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Wait, what's the kid's name in Home Alone? I forget.
Is it Kevin?
Oh yeah, Kevin. I don't know why I thought it was like an H name, like Henry. I don't. It is Kevin.
That was his origin story. He got left at home,
Yeah.
home alone on vacation too many times.
Yeah, it's actually like Home Alone 17.
Yes, that's what leads
yeah.
you to going to Alcatraz.
Because, by the way, like, even if someone breaks into your, like, I don't know, they're in New York or something, like, there's not, like, stand your ground laws. Like, the point...
Well, don't they visit New York? Do they live in New York?
Where do you think they live? I don't know.
I thought it was it Chicago or something?
Oh, I think that's correct. Yeah, I think that sounds right. But nonetheless, in Illinois, if someone breaks into your house in Illinois and you shoot them with a nail gun, you smash an iron into them, all I'm saying is that Kevin probably should be going to Alcatraz.
That's right, because if he's doing that when he's like 11,
yeah,
it's gonna get worse the older he gets.
Like, not to take the side of the thieves, but at the end of the day, like, what's worse, a little bit of thievery or brutal torture?
That's right. They have permanent physical damage that can never be fixed.
And I've always
because of
said
what Kevin did to
that is
them.
exactly right. And I've always said this. You'll always hear me saying this every episode. But Home Alone manufactured consent for the Iraq War torture.
Wow.
That's the end of our podcast. Actually,
there it is. We've connected the dots. We brought it all the way around. See, guys, AI could never come up with that.
Yeah. We've done it. So yeah, I think the moral of this story is just get a new family.
Yes. Get a new one. Just
Yeah.
go to the orphanage, see if they'll take you.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then I guess fake it.
Yeah.
Dress up, and fake it, because really you just get some overalls, one of those hats with the propeller on the top.
Yeah.
You can make anyone look like they're 5.
Exactly. It'll be easy enough for you. So yeah, I hope that answer was better than Abby's.
Yes. Next time, write down the vacation date in your iPhone, and then you'll remember.
Yeah. Well, what an episode.
What an episode. But you know what? The nice thing is, thanks to your group chat with all those photos, it's like you're experiencing it with them.
I guess on some level, in this twisted world we had where everyone's constantly on their phones,
Your job is to be even more on your phone, because you missed out on that vacation of a lifetime.
yeah, exactly. So perfect.
Did I ever tell you one time during COVID, my parents and sister went to like some family gathering on my dad's side, and I didn't want to go because I'm like, COVID, I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
So, it was my dad's idea of like, hey, can you like take this photo we took and like comedically Photoshop yourself into it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like you have the group, and to like behind them, I have a giant head.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I don't know if I still have it.
That's
but
awesome.
I was very proud of it.
Yeah, I don't really like posing for pictures even when I'm at family gatherings, so I do often joke that I'll just edit myself in later, and I really should do it eventually.
One day. And you can send it to everyone, and you can maybe convince them that I was there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I looked like then.
Exactly.
Maybe you could like Photoshop yourself with like a younger version of yourself, and you're just like, this was me time traveling.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought my younger self and said, hey, this is what your future is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I craft my own reality, and that's something that AI could never do either.
Exactly.
So I hope that everyone enjoyed this journey. It was definitely a journey for all of us.
Yes.
A journey that none of you really asked for at all.
No, of course not. You didn't ask for any of this. Not the on this day, not the questions, secrets revealed, or the Dear Abby. Well, I guess you kind of did the Dear Abby, but not for us. Not for us. But you still got it. You know what that makes you? Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky on this day of Friday the 13th, even though it's being released later.
Yeah, it's not Friday the 13th anymore. And yeah.
Like we time traveled then.
We time traveled, which is the other sub lesson of this episode, which you didn't ask for, but there it was.
Yes. There it was.